This is 18 plus. Viewers be advised to. This is not my fault, but viewers be advised this is 18 plus, and I think everything is right. Audio is right. Yep. There was a boy named Fox. He was a lovely fellow, and he was the next king of his country, and his country loved him, but he never didn't want to be king. A fact, because he never wanted to. He wanted his sister to take over, but his mum said, "You can let your sister take over, but it doesn't feel like." And he said, "Fine, but I won't be a great leader." But he was a great leader. He was a beautiful leader, but he just never wanted to do it. He went to school. He was only 10. Remind yourself that. He was 10 and it was his last day of school before he went to the academy, the special academy. He was talking to a couple of his friends, saying goodbye to them. We might not see each other due to the fact I'm going to the academy. And all of his friends, we basically left him straight after that, because after the word academy, they betrayed him. And he thought they were his true friends, but they weren't. They were using him. But then they had academy, then they couldn't meet him again, so they just betrayed him right there and right then there. And when the time skipped, his first day at the academy, he really didn't care. He went to class 1A, and he sat down, and he didn't have his crown on, he didn't have anything on, he just had a red normal hoodie, as you see in the picture. He was just hiding his title. He didn't want to get any fame, fortune, or anything from that, from anyone else. Then he seen a girl came in with 2 red eyes and long black hair. She walked in. She went to the front. She went to the front where he sat at the back, but not next to the throne, because there's 2 thrones, and he knew that another country was going to sit on the throne, but the teacher said that 2 countries are not going to sit on the throne due to the fact they don't want to be kings and queens of their country. The boy didn't give a shit, he just walked out the window, just pogging. He really wanted to sing, but then he probably cover, so he made a song up. He sang his own song, but only his song. Everyone was astonished and amazed. The girl didn't care. The teacher gave everyone a test to see what level IQ there were. I done the me, and basically I'm the character, so me, I'm describing his life. Me and the girl got the same score, and it was a normal rate score. And after the test, I walked out of the class to go home. because if you get the highest score in the class, you can just go home for the day. And it was an A++++. Basically 4 pluses. Basically, it was a record. Because it was a complicated magic book with writing and maths, basically every test in one. And it's a 400 paper test, and that would take the whole day. You could have got more pluses, but then it won't sound believable to the RP. This is an RP. It's more of a story RP. The boy basically walked home, opened his locker, and got love letters. He picked them all up. Basically, it was full of them, and binned them. He didn't want to find love. He didn't want to find anything. He just didn't want to really do anything. Because he didn't want to break that up. He doesn't want them to be hurt. He was thoughtful, but he never thought of himself. He always helped others, but never thought of himself. So he walked on. Later on, the girl came out of the class. Basically seeing him take all the love letters and bin them. She opened her locker and there was tons of love letters from the boys. She binned them as well. Because she didn't want to find love as well. She was a bit skeptical and curious of the boy. So she followed them home. Only halfway, due to the fact there was a bridge. But there was a guard stationed at the bridge. And she knew she couldn't go to another country due to the fact of her status. And if someone realized who she is, then she'd be basically screwed over. And she never really wanted to. She never loved her family. She only loved her dad and her. Only a bit. But she loved grandma. The boy went straight to the castle and went to bed. The bed was lovely, but he really didn't care. So he put his favourite hoodie on. This. And basically did his homework for the day. He finished it in a not amount of time, but just left it on the side for tomorrow. He picked up a book that he hasn't read and read it. It was a magic book. He wasn't really capable. He was really good. He had all the capable magic he could have done, but he has no control of it. So he was overpowered, but never controlled. Due to the fact his power was abnormal. His mother knew this, so she sealed it in multiple items to give to the family in the future. But that's another time to explain. Basically, the boy done the homework. It was simple. It was just basically, was your first day at the academy, and basically and the next day, his mum said you had to wear the king's clothes. Well, the prince's clothes. We call him king because he's going to be the next king soon. But he doesn't know when. He doesn't wanna, but he has to be the king straight after the academy. But he doesn't wanna. So basically, he got dressed in his Let's find the picture what you got dressed in. He got out of his hoodie from he slept, and he got into his other hoodie. He had so many hoodies. Just put it on. Remind yourself, he does change his hair due to the fact he controls that magic. And walked to class, sat at the back, away from everyone. The girl keeps on seeing him sit at the back, away from the front. So she thought, he just doesn't want to talk to anyone. He is self-aware. He doesn't want to burden anyone. It was true, but he doesn't want to make friends of the experience he had with the others. The girl had a little feeling, but she didn't know what it was, and she was just making sure. She was a little blushing at the time, but the boy didn't notice it. So she looked away and sat herself down and was ready for the class. The boy thought, don't want to really do class. And he said, Teach, can I get some work to do at home? The teacher really couldn't do anything but said yes. He didn't say his title, but yes. Most of the class was shocked. Like, Teach, why are you letting him out early? And he turned up and said, it's because I don't want to really be here, and I don't want to be betrayed like that. My old school. The girl heard this, and she said she has been bullied by the girls before. So she said, yeah, I do understand that. You don't want to be here with your friends, if they are here, but who betrayed you. The boy nodded and left the class with a pile of homework. He got home, and he also left the homework on the teacher's desk, as should the girl. He walked home over the bridge where the guard greeted him, but didn't say his title because he did ask the guard to not say the title due to the fact he doesn't want to be found out by the academy. He wants to keep that long as he can. And he basically went to the room and did the homework. He was done by 2 hours later, so he went back to the academy to check his locker because he wanted to check his locker. The guy put love letter on to see what he would do. It was only when he opened it, it was only one love letter, and he said, "Give it a shot." So he did and opened it. It said, "Just meet me here at the blossom tree at that time." So he waited at the blossom tree 2 minutes early, but the girl was already there 5 minutes early. But she was on the other side of the tree. He was sitting in the back, she was sitting in the front. He said he was looking at his time, and then when he hit the time, and she wasn't there, he gave it another 10 minutes, and the girl also gave it another 10 minutes. He got up and walked off. She's seen this. He walked off. He was there, but he just walked off. He sung his song, and he said, "Wait." She said, "Wait. So you did come?" I said, "I just wanted to know." And she was just like, "I just wanted to know if you were cold-hearted or not. I wanted to give it a shot. See who it was. But if you would test me, then I won't say my answer." And he walked off. I think I did really good for this episode. 15 minutes long. I got another long minute. Another 5 minutes. Basically, he basically walked back to his castle, his home. The girl tried to follow this time. Got in the gate this time. But the boy was already gone before he even forgot even get. Because he found secret passageways what only some people knew about, and he took shortcuts, skipping through town, dodging people, like weaving back. So he was also dodging her in the process. So he got home, got into bed, and lay down. He was just laying down, thinking. So he got up from the bed and read his book. He read because he loved reading books. He loved reading magic, normal books, any book. And remember this, he also liked dragons, but he knew dragons existed, but don't piss them off. Depending on the dragon, don't piss them off. So you didn't piss any more dragon off, but if the dragon steps out of line, kill it on sight. Even the dragons knew this. If a dragon betrays its own people, you have to kill it. So he has to abide for that all for law. So basically, he was just reading some more magic books, but he could never control it. But he can always remember it. He can only use probably about 5% of his power, or maybe 2% of his power he doesn't know. Because his power is unknown. And an unknown is about 20,000 times normal human power. 20,000. And he knew this. 100% is going to be like a normal S rank. And 1,000% is just a normal abnormal. But forbidden abnormal is higher. At 4 billion%. But he doesn't want to do that. So he basically, the next day, he knew he had to do a whole day of training with Sage. So he was training with Sage. The girl was watching because she knew Sage. Sage was her sister. Her name was Light, by the way. And his name was Fox. But he's going to change his name. But his name was Fox due to the fact the foxes were all around the kingdom, witnessing the birth of the next generation of... Well, I'm leaving it off here. Definitely, I'm leaving it off here. Thank you for watching. Bye.